Okay, so my name is Mohammad Ali Naveed. I'm an exchange student in the Marshfield High School, and the previous week was known as the International Education Week from November 18th till November 22nd. And so what I decided to do, I made a presentation and started going into different rooms and teaching people about my country, my culture, and my exchange experience. It has been very fun, and I hope that you guys will also enjoy this presentation. And let's begin. Next slide, please. So that's the flag of my country. I start by discussing some things about the flag because the flag is important. So the flag has two colors. It has white and it has green. The green color covers most area of the flag, and there's a reason for that. So I'm a Muslim. My religion is Islam. The green area covers the green color covers most area because our country has a Muslim majority. Most of the people living in our country are Muslims, and that's why it has the most area. But the interesting part is the white one. So when our country was founded, the founders of our country, the people who created the map, did not wanted other religions like Sikhs, Hindus, to feel that they are not the part of the country. And that's why they included some area, the white part, inside the flag. Now the two objects inside the flag, the crescent and the star. The crescent, or the moon-shaped object, shows our religion, which is Islam. The star is unique. It has 5 edges. Each edge represents one pillar of our religion. The first one is an Arabic verse. Just knowing and understanding that Arabic verse is a part of our religion. Do you guys want to hear the Arabic verse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now the energy is out. Yeah, I need that energy. Yeah, the Arabic verse is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. I cannot speak the Arabic language. It is not my language. But knowing and understanding that Arabic verse is a pillar of our religion. My native language is Urdu. My language is made up of 4 different languages. It has Persian in it, it has Arabic in it, Sanskrit, and an Asian language. So that's the first pillar of our religion. The second one is prayers. In our country we have mosques. So we are required to go into the mosque and offer 5 prayers every single day. That's one of the pillars of our religion. The third one is fasting. So in our religion, there's a specific month. One whole month is just dedicated for fasting. So what we do, we don't eat or drink anything for 12 or 13 hours for the whole month. But we get like 4 or 5 hours in between 2 days when we are allowed to eat our meals. So yeah, I started fasting when I was 13 years old. So it has been very fun. Yeah. It's hard. In the end of those 14 hours, you become like a zombie. You can't even walk properly because you get so hungry. But yeah, it has its own religious and social purposes for the fasting. The fourth one, pilgrimage. So in our religion, the city of Makkah in Saudi Arabia has a very big mosque, the Holy Kaaba. So going to that city in Saudi Arabia and performing some holy rituals, that's a part of our religion. That's the fourth pillar in our religion. So if you're wealthy enough, if you can afford the trip to go over there, then only then it's obligatory for you to perform that pilgrimage. The fifth one, or as I think one of the most interesting ones, there's a stereotype among the Americans and people all around the world that Muslims are violent. When I came to the States, people asked me the same question, is it peaceful in your country? Do you have guns in your country? And I told them the simple answer, we don't have any guns. Like, it's not a popular thing to have guns. And it's peaceful, it's exactly as the States. And the fifth pillar is related to that. It's about charity, it's about donations, it's about helping others. The way I like to put it is, if I'm walking down on the street and I see someone and I think that he's in need, he needs something. So I go up to him and ask him, do you need something? Or is there anything that I can help you with? So doing just that, offering charity. If someone has lost his way and you guide him to the straight path, doing that's charity. That's donating a good deed to the community. And doing just that is a part of our religion. That's obligatory for us, that we are required to do that. We are required to give money if we can to help the poor. So, yeah. So, one of my purposes for this presentation was breaking that stereotype of people thinking that Muslims are violent. It's not the case. The name of my country, Pakistan. Pak means pure. Stan means land. Land of the pure. I think it's a cool name. Isn't it? It is. Next slide, please. So when I came to the States, people told me that they were not expecting good English speaking skills from me because they thought that I belonged from a small country and the people in my country might not even know English. And then I told them that my nation has the third largest English speaking population. United States has the first one, then there's India, then there's my country. So we speak English a lot. Everyone speaks English. It's not a big deal. Yeah, and I thought that was interesting, so I added that into the presentation. Next slide, please. That's my country. And do any of you know what country that is? Or what country that is? Any guesses? Okay, you know because you have seen the presentation. You have attended it before.
India.
Yeah. That is India. No one else knew that.
No one else knew. Come on, Jake.
What is that one? That's Afghanistan, right? So in our country we have 4 provinces: Sindh, Balochistan, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Difficult name. That's not a province. That's disputed territory. If you keep up with the news, in BBC and on CNN, they wrote articles about Pakistan and India both launching ballistic nuclear missiles inside the boundaries of their own country just for testing purposes, because they wanted to show, both of these countries wanted to show each other their strengths. And that's what's been going on. The relations are not very good. Yeah. I live right here in my province, the province of Punjab. Next slide, please. So in my province, the temperature is usually in the 90s, sometimes in the hundreds. It's very hot. And what we like to do, the people of my province, we like to move to go over these areas, the northern areas, because it's cold over there. So before I came to Wisconsin, I searched on Google that what's the weather like in Wisconsin, and it said it was very cold. So when I came to Wisconsin, I was expecting that it was going to be fun. It's not fun. It's hard, it's tough, it snows a lot. Yeah. And so my family and my cousins, we like going to these areas to enjoy the weather and the beauty. It's very beautiful. Do you know what the tallest mountain on earth is? Everest, right? What's the second one? The second tallest mountain. You have attended the presentation before. It's K2, right? So K2, that's in the Himalayas. That's the second tallest mountain on earth. It's in our country. Our mosque. So the church is represented by the cross, right? That the symbol represents the church. Our mosques are represented by these. These tower-like constructions are called the minars. Every mosque has one. Yeah, and all of our religious activities, all the holy people, and as we call them, the imam, and our prayers each day, 5 prayers every single day, or all of them are supposed to be inside the mosque. Next slide, please. And so, more pictures inside the country. So in some areas in our country, it's overpopulated. It's congested, and that picture represents some of those areas. It's not like that everywhere. It's only in some areas. This is one of the biggest mosques on earth, the Faisal Mosque. It also has the minars. We have one of the biggest mosques in the entire world in our country. So that picture is important. Who likes food? Yeah, right? Everyone likes food. So that street till that end is known as the food street. Food streets are a big thing in our country. It's very popular. So what they do, they have like stalls on both sides of the street, and people just show up at any time of the day and they eat food. Because people like eating food. I like eating food. That picture over there, that's a market. We have humongous markets in our country. They have clothing, jewelry, ornaments, and stuff like that. It's colorful, as you can see. Next slide, please. History lessons. I know history is boring, but we'll have fun stuff after this. So, the founder of our country, his name's Muhammad Ali. My name is Muhammad Ali. We have the same name. He copied my name. No, he didn't. So, he is buried inside that building. His grave is in there. He did so much for our country, so much political struggle. He had tuberculosis during the time of independence, 1947. He died 1 year after our independence. We give him so much respect and importance because of all that he did. And that's just a monument just for his grave. That's another one of the buildings. That's called the Minar-e-Pakistan. And that shows all the political struggles too in the 1940s. That building is one of the oldest in our country. That's a fort for the kings and emperors that used to live in our country back in the old days. That building, that monument. So as I said, we have 4 different provinces. Each province has the people have their own different language. The people have their own different dresses, and so it's very different. That building was constructed to show unity among the people, to bring them closer together. Next slide, please. See, fun stuff. Songs. Who likes songs? Everyone does, right? Next slide, please. So we have 2 options, the national anthem of my country, and then we have a classical song. The title of the song translates to Your Love. Which one do you want to hear first? The national anthem. Okay, national anthem. And that's it. That's the anthem of our country. So, interesting fact, I cannot understand the anthem of my own country. It's not because I'm stupid. It's because our language, the language that I speak, Urdu, our national language, is made up of 4 different languages, right? One of them is Persian. That was Persian. So our national anthem is written in the Persian language. But the national language of our country is Urdu. Yeah. And now we'll do this song. The song is in the same language that I speak, which is Urdu. Yeah.
Coke Studio Season 9.
So song is 7 minutes long. So we can't hear all of it. But that was a little bit of our music. So as I said, I like food. Everyone likes food. So I added pictures and food into the presentation. So basically pictures showing you how our food looks like. So this past weekend I made this dish. I tried my best. I bought some spices from Amazon. Didn't turn out quite as I expected. I messed up. But it was fun having that experience. So this picture is important. So in our country, most of the times in my family, we don't sit at tables to eat food. One of the reasons for that is we have this piece of cloth. It's called the dastarkhan. What we do is we just lay it down on a carpet or on the floor and then we sit down and then we eat. It's a cultural tradition. It's what many of the families do. It's what my family has been doing for quite a long time. Next slide, please. So more food. As I said, I like food. That dish over there, kheer. So that's very similar to rice pudding. What my family does is my mother will make that dish during some of our festivals. And then what I will do is that dish and other dishes, and I'll take that dish to other people's homes, knock on their doors and give them some of that. And giving food to each other's homes inside the community is a big thing. That's what people have been doing. It's done to show love and respect and develop that brotherhood in between the houses in our community. Yeah, next slide please. So in our country, I don't wear pants and shirts all the time. Pants and shirts are not like a big thing in our country. Next slide please. So what we wear is that's shalwar kameez. So what I was going to do, I was planning on wearing one of that for my presentations, but I did not because I thought that this looked more cool and also because I'm a teenager. Yeah, but that's our national dress. The upper part is known as the kameez and the things on the legs is called the shalwar. Pants and shirts, shalwar and shalwar kameez. Next slide please. More pictures showing you different dresses. So as I said, we have 4 different provinces. Each people have their own different dress. The thing on their heads, the turban, it's called the pagdi. And that is in my province. That's called the lungi. So what they do is they take a big piece of cloth and then they wrap it around their waist. That's it. I've never done that because it's quite dangerous, because it can easily fall. And I added a picture of the bride to show you what the dress is like. So the dress has gold and other jewelry embroidered onto it. Most of the times it is done by hand, and yeah, it is quite beautiful and it is quite expensive too. The sharara kurta. That's what it is. Next slide please. So what I do is, who has attended the presentation before? Okay, that's a lot. So you guys can speak now. Okay, so what I do, I have a quick question for all of you, except the people that have attended the presentation before. If you can tell me what that is in the US dollars, 1,000 of our rupees, you win a prize, special prize. So what do you think that is in the US dollars? 1,000 rupees.
$10.
Okay, you have attended the presentation before, right? No, you haven't? So you win a prize. This is for you. That's 100 rupees. Yeah, and we have a winner. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Next slide. I forgot to remove this because I'm lazy. I tell that to everyone. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any other questions.
Do you have any plans on going to Mecca?
So if I have plans going to Mecca or not. So what all the families in our country do, if they have enough money for that trip, reaching there, staying there and coming back, if you have enough money, it is obligatory in our religion for you to go over there, perform the holy rituals and then come back. So if I have any plans or not, so I will say that everyone in our country has plans, but not enough of the people have the money required to go. So if I would just walk up to a common person walking on the street and ask him, would you like to go to Mecca? And he would surely say that, yeah, absolutely, I would love to go there, but I don't have enough money. That's what he'll tell me. Yeah, we don't have enough money, but everyone would love the opportunity to go to Mecca. Yeah.
So what was the transition like coming to America?
What was the transition like coming to America? So, as I tell everyone, all the knowledge that I have of America and everything comes from movies. So I have on my IMDb profile, I keep a track of all the movies that I've seen. So it's like 467. So what I used to think about America and different things, it is actually quite different from what I expected. Like I expected when I would walk into a church, it would have a cross in the front and then it would have the wooden chairs. It was not like that. I went to Northridge. My first day, I go in. They had a band on their stage. They were playing music. And I asked myself the question, am I in a church? Totally different. Wasn't expecting that at all. And things like that. Like, many things like that are different. Yeah. But the transition wasn't that easy. But it does get easy along the way as you go along. Yeah. Any other questions?
Are pets a common thing in your country?
Pets. So most of the families in our country don't do pets. One of them, the dogs, are not not allowed inside the homes for some reason. And some families have cats and dogs as well. I have fish because keeping a fish is very easy. You just feed them food in their aquarium and that's it. Not a lot of responsibility. Yeah. And we have some pets, not many, not popular. Any other questions? Any other questions? No more questions? Yeah.
I have a lot of questions.
That's good. That's good.
What is like your favorite thing to do here? I mean, with Marshfield, there's not a lot.
Eating food. So I like, we don't have Taco Bell in our country, so I like tacos a lot now. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have like any fast food places in your
Okay, so we have McDonald's, we have Hardee's, we have Burger King, so we have fast food. Yeah, I like fast food too. Any other questions?
How different is like your school day there and here?
Okay, school. So the school that I go to has 5,000 students. That's not normal for a school to have 5,000 students. It's just, I have a very different and unique school. But an average school would have from around 400 to 500 or 600 students. In some cases more than that. But in our schools, we don't walk to different rooms as you guys do. Like every hour you have to walk. We just stay in one room and the teachers come to us. So it's fun in my school. It's not fun here. You have to walk a lot. Yeah. And in our country, they just offer us 8 or 9 subjects from which we can study. In your country, when I first came to Marshfield, they gave me a sheet and it had like 50 subjects. So you guys are very lucky. Yeah.
Is it like is schooling more difficult there?
Okay, the schooling. So you have tests, quizzes, summative, formatives, and then in the end of the year, all of that combines to make your grade, right? In our country, I don't study at all during the school year. What I do is I just open the book for the very first time when the exams are near, and then I study. And our exams, like the exams that I just took, are like 2 months long. So you have exams, and someone told me in the high school that your exams are like 1 or 2 days, right? The final exams. Ours are like 2 months long. And our final exams make up the whole grade for 4 years. The one that I took, I studied from the Cambridge, the O-levels that they offer, the Cambridge International. So you study for 4 years. And then you take one exam that's for 2 or 2.5 months long. And then that makes your grade for 4 years. And she's like, exactly. Yeah, that is true. Any other questions? Yeah.
How long is your school day?
How long is our school day? It's actually quite the same. It starts from 6, ends at 2. Yeah.
Do you have like similar breaks?
Similar breaks. So we have one break, not like ABC that you have. One break, 20 minutes long. And we're allowed to go and do whatever we want. Usually what my friends and I will do, we'll play soccer during a 20-minute break. Any other questions? Any other questions? No more questions? Yeah.
Do you have like longer breaks throughout the year? Like we'll have like Thanksgiving break coming up or winter break?
Yeah, like holidays, right?
Yeah.
So we have our own festivals. They are called the Eid. Like you have Christmas, we have Eid. So on our Eid, we won't go to school for like a whole week. Similar to Thanksgiving, right? So we have no school for 5 days for this week. Yeah, that happens.
So I have to ask, what's your least favorite thing about Wisconsin?
The weather, right?
Yeah.
The snow. It snows and it's. Other than that, I don't think I love everything about Wisconsin. It's fun. Actually, I like the cheese curds a lot. The deep fried ones, especially, they're very good. Yeah.
So coming to America because of the stereotype that like Muslim people have, were you kind of like scared to come?
Okay, so was I scared? No, I was not scared. Because maybe I was. Because I don't know. Everyone is not the same. So every community has its good side and the bad side. Every community has that. So I shouldn't have, but I had that expectation from some people that would not be so open to the Muslim religion. But since I've been here, I have not quite encountered that sort of a person. Everyone has been so loving and caring. Yeah, and then they don't feel like that. So that's very good. Any other questions? No more questions, I think. Last one.
What's a typical family like?
A typical family. So
Household.
in our homes, it is quite common for the grandparents, grandma and the grandpa, to live with one of their sons. And so in my home, my grandmother, she passed away like 2 years ago. So before she passed away, we were like 8 people living in the same home. My siblings, my parents, my grandparents. It's quite fun.
What's like the average number of kids a family has?
Average number of kids. So I know someone, my friend, his mother has like 10 more siblings, and I know other people that have like that many siblings, but that used to happen back before my generation. So right now it's common to have 4, but also it's common to have 3, but normally it's that number, not less than that for some reason.
Because like here it's like 2 or 3.
Exactly, it's like here it's 2 or 3.
After you finish high school, like, what's the typical path that people do?
Okay, so fields like music and arts, especially the fields that you're not sure about, that will you be successful in the future if you're not good at it, like singing or playing musical instruments, right? So we don't that's not very popular in our country. Most of the students will usually go for that field, that like being a teacher, a professor, a lawyer, that they think that they'll have good income from. That's what the general perspective of the people is.
Would you say the expectations for like American students versus like Pakistan students are different? Like, do you think that maybe your country has like more pressure to like go into like teaching and law compared to like American students?
I would say that, yeah, that is true. For Americans, it is what you feel like doing or what your passion is, follow that. Pursue your passion. In some families, they restrict the child in some cases, that you are only limited to these options. You can either be a doctor or a teacher, and that's it. So that used to happen, but that's not very common right now. It's only in some families too. So my father has like completely opened me to whatever you want to do, it's your own choice.
So you're saying teachers are like good jobs in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Because here they're not.
Oh. You should apologize to her later on.
Sorry. I'm just saying that they don't get the best pay.
No, we
They-
just get rewarded so many other ways.
They get rewarded so many things, right? Yeah. In our country too, like if someone's, my father, he teaches at a high school. My mother teaches at a high school. Both of them are teachers. So I wouldn't say that there are other professions in our country from which you can get even better pays, but you get just, so as I said, 8 people living in the same house, and my father and my mother, both of them with their combined pay, were able to carry us on in our lives for so long. Yeah, not being, yeah.
So now that you're like in America and seeing different things that are here, like what is your plan after schooling, like this year?
Okay, so when I go back from this year, as I said, I study from the Cambridge International, and they have O levels and then they have A levels. So ninth and 10th grade is O levels, and then 11th and 12th grade is A levels. I'm skipping right now, I'm skipping a school year to be here. When I go back, I have to restart the school year that I missed. So I'll have to make new friends, and yeah, it'll be fun, I think. Yeah, so I'll be studying A levels when I get back home. Any other questions? Or you have a lot of questions?
What classes are you taking here?
Okay, I have Spanish, I have AP Human Geography, I have AP English Language, I have US History, and one more, I think. Physical Education, if that counts. I'll have Art Photography and Psychology from the next semester. That's cool. Any other questions? Yeah.
What's your favorite class this year?
My favorite class. Oh, I want to say Spanish. I want to, but other than Spanish, Spanish is one of my favorites. Other than that, Human Geography probably, because as I'm here right now on an exchange program, I'm learning about different cultures. In Human Geography, you also get to learn about different cultures and different parts of the world. So I think that's quite interesting and fun for me.
Do you have a lot of education on other cultures and different diversities in your schooling?
In our schooling, no. The only subject that we can study, because we don't have that many subjects in our schools, so the one that we study is geography, and it is all about our own country. So we study everything about our own country, but not enough about the other countries. Oh, a lot of questions. Which one? Okay, so you go first.
So this might have been asked before, but like, what do you plan on doing as a lifelong career?
Okay, so when I get back home, what I want to do is take an exam, another exam, that's called the CSS, Civil Superior Services. And if you get like a good grade on that, you can become a foreign ambassador. So an ambassador representing your own country, I think that's very cool. Maybe if I am able to clear that, I'll do that. If not, I'll become maybe an el profesor. See, Spanish right there. Yeah, we'll see.
So do you have to, like, because you got the opportunity to be an exchange student in America, did you have to take a different school to specifically be a part of that program, or is that still available in like other schools?
Oh, the program that I'm on?
Yes.
No, you don't have to be in a certain school to be in this program. What they do is they have a website and they try and advertise as much as possible to other schools and stuff. It doesn't matter where you are from in our country, you can just apply to their application, and that's what I did. I was walking in my school and my friend told me that, Ali, do you want to do this program that I'm doing? And I said that I don't have enough time. And I was like, no, I don't want to. But later on I did. I sent the application, they selected me, went through all the process. It was a long process. There were 60 or 65, 70,000, sorry, I think that's the number, I'm not sure, applications, and 77 of them got selected. So we have 100% scholarship right now. So I didn't pay anything to be here. Rather, the US Department of State, they pay me pocket money. They pay me like around $125 every single month that I'm here. So yeah, see, it's fun. You can also be an exchange student if you want. It's easy, just find stuff.
Was there like other places that you had in mind that you wanted to go? Like I know there's foreign exchange students from like Spain and everything else that are here.
Mm-hmm.
Like what drew you to America?
What drew me to America?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I wanted to learn about the culture. I wanted to improve my English. It's not that good. I don't have that good grade in my AP English, I think. Yeah, so that's one of the two reasons. And other than that, I wanted to see how America really looked like, not for just the movies. I've seen a lot of movies, so movies aside, I wanted to personally be the part of the country and see what it is like. Yeah, and that I thought that would change me, and it is changing me. I am breaking the stereotypes that I had in my mind too. Like I used to think that many of the Americans were blonde. Not true. They have black hair too. And I used to think that many of the Americans are rich. Like everyone had big cars. They don't. Everyone doesn't have big cars. No. All of them are not rich. They have good lives. Any other questions?
So now that you're in America, do you plan on traveling outside of Wisconsin or like going east
Yeah.
or west or like?
Yeah. So before I came to America, I used to think that all of the America was like New York, Washington D.C., California, maybe Texas, and that's it. That's what I think America was. Then I found there's a state called Wisconsin as well. Yeah. And if I get the opportunity, maybe I think our family is planning on going to Minnesota, probably. Yeah, maybe to explore some other states. Any other questions? Or is that it? This question answer session has been one of the longest ones.
Did you go to the homecoming dance?
Did I go to the homecoming dance? I did. It was super awesome and amazing, and one of the best experiences of my life. Dancing to music, fun.
Have you know the songs?
What?
Have you listened to the songs before?
Oh, some of them, yeah. Most of my playlist is all like pop songs, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber maybe, and other singers. Yeah. Any other questions? That's it. I think we covered all of the questions. Oh, one more.
Do you have a favorite restaurant in Marshville?
Do I have a favorite restaurant in my country?
No, in Marshville.
On Marshville, I think I mentioned it, Taco Bell. I think I did. Yeah. And I think that's it. Yeah, thank you so much.